Someone looking wan.
He is the man.
Not a flash in the pan. The museum must, he thought, expand. Were the Daleks in the groove? And the Garm began to move. What about the pterodactyl? Here Davros and the Thing. The board was electric, Neil was loving the beat. A Star Wars stormtrooper finding his feet. Neil grabbed his phone and began to tweet. I think I've woken up the Allendale elite.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Museum of Classic Science Fiction here in the North Pennines in the small sleepy village of Allendale. I am Neil Cole. I am the creator and curator of this small tiny museum dedicated to the history of classic Doctor Who and classic science fiction. And since it opened in 2018, thousands of visitors have come to see the collection of costumes, props and monsters from a whole range of the most popular sci-fi movies and TV series, including You Know Who. I absolutely love this place. It's my life and it's what makes me get up in the morning. And whether I'm opening up the museum for visitors or getting to work on another restoration project, no 2 days are ever the same. While there's loads of stuff on display, there's even more hidden away. And you never know what the post will bring. Every so often, people donate items to the museum. And I've had some incredible donations in the past. I mean, really amazing things. And it never fails to surprise me that this sort of thing happens. And today, it just so happens, is another mystery object. And I have no idea what is actually in this box. So I think it's as good a time as any. I think we should find out what's in this box. I am so excited. So, trusty knife, here we go. Well, this is always a moment of truth because I don't know what's inside. And it's an aspect of museum life that I never foresaw because I've had to get things the hard way, save for them, pay for them over months and months usually. And suddenly today is another day where I'm getting a mystery object in the museum. The Monster Man. That's me. I'm the Monster Man. Now, let's have a look. Very exciting. What on earth? What is this? Oh my God. Is this come from America by any chance? Wow. Is this Mr. Pagan by any chance? My God. Elodie's is a support of the museum. I cannot believe it. This is insane. This is an original Destroyer hand. And I have the other hand in the museum. In case you're wondering, the Destroyer dates back to the 1980s story Battlefield. And what's really interesting about this, and hopefully it explains a little bit why I do what I do, is this hand has been untreated. And basically the rubber gets quite brittle. And once that goes like that, we really need to put a rod in there. We need to secure that and fill it, preferably with some foam with some description. So this piece, now I'll have to redesign this bit of the museum, which is always a nice thing to do, let's be honest, and change the plaque to Destroyer Hands, plural, and then we'll get this boy matching that one. We'll get it nicely firmed up inside, probably foam filled it, patch up the holes, and get it covered, and then it'll join its thing. And to have those two together, I think is absolutely fabulous. This sort of thing happens all the time, and after some work, of which more later, the hands will be reunited on display. So, you can see how a simple knock at the door can lead to a whole load of work, but the end result is always worth it. You can tell that I love my job here, but how did it all come about? The museum happened because age 5 I visited the Doctor Who Blackpool exhibition. And I remember that summer's day, TARDIS on the pier, on the seafront, and you went down into that. You went through the TARDIS doors and you were into a radiophonic, deep, richly coloured environment with monsters you'd just seen off this Saturday's TV, and it blew my mind. And I always from that moment onwards wanted to create somehow that environment. To get the museum like my childhood impression of Blackpool and my, as an adult visiting the second Blackpool exhibition, although this was very much a trace memory of childhood, there was no question. I wanted the museum to be a tunnel, deep colours, rich colours. It's actually a small space in the museum. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to constantly hide and turn. So really utilising the space. So it was a twisty, turny corridor with a surprise twist, another surprise. I mean, people sometimes say it's claustrophobic. Well, I think good, because I want it to be, I'm not saying uncomfortable, but you want that atmosphere, which you don't get in the modern exhibitions, which are big, expansive. At any one time in the museum, there are probably now about 300 props on display, but upstairs there are always more, which I'm tinkering with, repairing and restoring to bring new attractions for visitors. I started restoring props kind of by accident. I remember the 90s Bonhams auction really well. It was on Blue Peter, and I was skint. I was just starting to